Welcome folks. Today we have 9-7. Go ahead and get your packets out and we are going to be looking at the retrieval, which is on page 43. So our retrieval looks at this or like this, and I don't need you to do number 3. I really just want you to do the first two. We've been doing a bunch of problems like number 3 for quite a while. So I'll give you about 2 or 3 minutes, try out number 1 and 2, and then the video will continue on playing. You can see the answers to the first two problems. So the first problem, this one's a pretty straightforward one. I find my y-intercept from my graph that's given to me. So I have my y-intercept there, which is just 4, and then I make a slope triangle, and my slope is going to be 1, 3, and it's going to be negative because I went down. So that's the first piece. Number 2, you've been doing this for quite a while on your quizzes. They've been showing up repeatedly here. So number 2, we got 21 divided by 3, which in this case is, 21 divided by 7, which is 3. We go ahead and plug that into our y equals mx plus b formula. Then I plug in a point. I chose the point 224. You could choose any point that you want, or you could extend the table out if you wanted to do it differently. When you solve for b, you do get 18, and so your line is y equals 3x plus 18. That one you need to have locked down. That one's going to show up on your test on Thursday. When I take a look at the lesson here, so now we are cruising to page 44. Now I'm on page 45. I'm going to cover that up a little bit. So when I look at 45, I am looking at from the table on the previous page. So one observation that I have about which event the student should choose to do is going to be soccer, and I said that because 54 out of 106. So again, going back to this table right here, 54 total individuals out of a total of 106 students wanted to play soccer. That is the bigger number. That is roughly 51%. So more people are going to be happy between both boys and girls. Now we could change that. We could say, well, what if we just went based off what the girls want to do? Well, if I just went based off the girls, it looks like way more girls would like to dance to play soccer. But as it is, we are looking at both, and so we do end up with 54 out of 106 individuals would like to play soccer compared to, I believe it was just 52. And so that's why 51% want to play soccer. So that's kind of how you start looking at these two-way tables. When I looked at the next one, number 2, we're given some information, and I just went ahead and already put that in there so I had more time to talk about it. So you got to copy this down as well, and it's kind of a puzzle. You got to figure out how to fill in these pieces. So when it tells you a total, that's going to be the total of everything. So that's why the 45 is down below here. When I look at the rest of this, it says of those students, 12 of them liked nonfiction. So I went ahead and put my total right there, which is 12. And then continuing on, it says 4 girls like nonfiction, not a total. So I filled that in that column. And then 20 boys like fiction. So now you got to figure out what are the missing pieces. So the first thing that I would do is actually start with the totals for fiction versus nonfiction, and then overall. So I can say what number plus 12 is 45. And so really what you're doing is you are just going to go 45 minus 12, and that is going to give you 33. Now, once I have 33, I know 20 boys like fiction. How many girls like fiction? Well, we just go find the difference there, and that's going to be 13. And then I can continue on, and so how many boys like nonfiction? Well, 8. And then we got to look at the total. So my totals are going to be 28 and 17. So we filled out our two-way table, and now we just got to make some observations. So the observation that I'm going to make is that 20 out of 28 boys prefer fiction. Now, you could make different ones. You could make, for example, 12 out of 45 students like nonfiction. Or out of 17 girls, 13 prefer fiction. There's lots of different ways of looking at this. You're just looking to see, can you understand how to read it? And that's all we're really doing for those problems. I got one last one here, and I'm actually going to skip it. We are just going to stop right there. So you have the notes. You got homework to do right now. Your entire homework packet, you should be done with by tomorrow, because tomorrow you get a review and you are not going to have time to do homework tomorrow. You are going to be working on the review. So get it done tonight and have a great day.